Welcome back to another episode of Tip for Tap Podcast. Today we have a special guest, Rudy Gonzalez from the Diving Deep Podcast, joined us today. You can introduce yourself.
Yeah, like you said, my name's Rudy. Got a podcast called the Diving Deep Show. Just like you guys, up and coming, just trying to make some noise in the sports commentary media. Don't really have a background in it, but just trying.
Yeah, I know y'all got a background, but y'all definitely know what y'all talking about. I watched some couple episodes and seen y'all on TikTok, so I really enjoyed y'all content. I actually was just scrolling on TikTok and I saw one of y'all. I think it was either the Hall of Fame or not Hall of Fame segment or one of those, and I just clicked on the on the TikTok and I'm like, damn, they look familiar. And then I realized you was in the Pick a Side Discord. So yeah, then I DM'd you and stuff like that. So I think y'all know what y'all talking about, even though y'all may not have as much background or like as other people.
Yeah, no, it's nice to hear you say that because according to TikTok comments, we don't know anything. We don't watch basketball.
Yeah,
I'm sure y'all get that.
Yeah, we already getting that. It'd be brutal. Somebody told us. I think we were talking about Aaron Rodgers going to the Jets. I had like reposted it because like I predicted it because I'm a genius. And then somebody was like, "You need to get a 9 to 5." They said we all gonna be 95 workers like rest of our lives, bro. Like so, seeing stuff like that. I was talking to Drew yesterday about that. About hate comments stuff like that. You gotta just like either laugh at it or just like think about it as like they still supporting even though they don't know they supporting because they getting us more exposure by commenting and liking the video. But today,
yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I'll just agree with you. Yeah.
Today we got it's all NBA topics. Not too much going on in the football world. It's been like a dead silent as far as free agency. We're gonna start off with the Kings making the playoffs for the first time in 16 years. They locked in right now at the 3 seed, have clinched the playoffs. So what are y'all expectations for the Kings this year in the playoffs? I think right now they're playing Golden State in the first round.
I don't think it's too much to be said. It's first round exits. I'm happy that they snapped this 16-year streak. I don't know. It's good to see the Kings good again. Actually, I can't say that. I was 2 years old since the last time they were in the playoffs, so I can't really say it's good to see the Kings be good again. But I don't know. First round exits. I'm happy that De'Aaron Fox finally got over that hump. Adding Sabonis definitely helped. This is just really a really good year. Happy they made the playoffs, but this is definitely a first round exit.
You give them no chance against the Warriors.
Let me talk.
No chance at all.
I don't understand. Like the last few weeks, y'all just keep writing off the Kings super fast, and I don't know why. Like you don't win 47 games, the third seed in the West, for no reason. And yes, I understand. Like Golden State is like 7-28 away, bro. Like they have to play away games. I don't care. They got Curry. It's in the playoffs. They're gonna lose to Curry. Like the Kings won 48 games for a reason. They're probably gonna end the season with more than 50 games won. You can't just say, "Oh, they're an immediate first round exit."
It's the championship pedigree, bro. It's a championship pedigree. They don't have
the first round series, bro. Like De'Aaron Fox is literally the most clutch player in the NBA right now. Like, what are we talking about? You can't.
The defense is terrible.
Because they're playing.
The defense
is terrible, bro.
The defense is shitty.
And
what makes the Warriors and the Warriors? They have Curry. What else? Like, tell me why the Warriors.
What else do they have? Andrew Wiggins is coming back. Gary Payton the second is getting into rhythm. They got Dante DiVincenzo, Jordan Poole, Klay Thompson. They have the same nucleus they still have.
All this. Yet they're like 8-28 on the road. So what are we talking about? Like
they've been bad on the road, but. To be honest,
they have to play away. Oh, and they're going to not have home.
They can definitely. We're still talking about the Warriors. They can definitely still win on the road. They can definitely still win on the road. Especially since they like having the best player in the series. It matters a lot. And Stephen Curry is a top 3 player on this planet, and I can't see them losing to the Kings. And I know that sounds ignorant to say. I can't see them losing to the Kings. Like they haven't lost. They haven't lost before the finals in like 10 years. Like, what are we doing? Like every time they
had Kevin Durant and an actual solid team. This team is not the same as years past.
I think last year is damn near the same team.
No, it's not. No, it's
super similar.
It's not the same team.
Damn near.
Otto Porter, who else? Otto Porter, who else?
Well, they got Gary Payton second back, but Otto Porter was a big part. Otto Porter was a big part of that team, and also Andrew Wiggins has missed a lot of time this year due to personal reasons.
They also weren't fighting in the play-in like they are this year. Like what are we talking about? They're not the same. Like they might have the same.
Who do they have to guard Curry? Who do they have to guard Curry? Let's be honest.
Oh my God!
Who they got to guard the whole team? Their defense
is God. They don't have anybody to guard the whole team.
I was saying, you don't want 50 games.
You can stick Andrew Wiggins. You can stick Andrew Wiggins on. You can stick Andrew Wiggins on De'Aaron Fox. You can stick Draymond Green on DeMontis Sabonis. And I think he'll do a very good job. Let's not forget that Draymond Green is one of the best interior defenders we've ever seen. So Like, I don't know, bro. I just don't got
You
them.
say you don't win 50 games in a season for no reason. Like
That's fine. It'll go like 6. I'm not saying it's gonna be a sweep. It'll go like 6. It'll be entertaining series.
It'll go like 5. I see them winning the game. I see that killer
You're
offense
sick.
winning the
You're
game,
sick.
man.
Yeah, they don't got enough experience. They're a very young team. We're talking about probably the most experienced team in the NBA right now. So, what you got to say, Rudy, about that?
As far as that series, the Warriors, they only got to win one game on the road, which I think they can do that. They're pretty dominant at home. They've been in a lot of close games this season. And it's really going to depend if Wiggins and Peyton are there. Those are their two perimeter defender guys. Like Clay can still get it done sometimes, but not consistent enough. Darren Fox, he's going to cook whoever's guarding him right now. So I'm favoring the Kings, but I'm not going to be shocked if the Warriors win that series.
They don't have any playoffs experience at all. Like,
I mean, Harrison Barnes went to 2 finals with them. Domantas Sabonis has.
And it's the reason why he's not on the team anymore.
I know he's not on the team because they replaced him with KD. So,
right, you said it like that.
No, I'm just saying he was pretty bad in the finals when they lost. He was missing wide open threes.
But I'm just saying, you guys act like Steph Curry is going to have a monster, average 35 this year.
And he will do that. I'm sorry. Yes, he will.
I'm not gonna lie. Doubting that Steph can do that is crazy.
Like Jordan Poole is getting it going to the end of the season as well. Like, they don't have one to guard Clay, Jordan Poole. They have no perimeter defenders, like none.
Only way the Kings lose in the first round. You heard it first. Is the Clippers drop down to the 6, which they're.
I was gonna say we're just talking about the Warriors. The Clippers and the Warriors have the same exact record.
I think I'm not gonna lie.
If the Clippers drop to the 6, it's belt to ass. If the Clippers.
No. I'm not gonna lie. If the Kings play the Clippers, if the Kings play the Clippers, the Kings are winning that series. And we be honest.
Yes, I don't agree with that. The Clippers are going to.
They don't have Paul George. They don't have Paul George.
Paul George is going to be back. Paul George is going to be back.
No. He's going to be back.
The Kings are getting bounced first round either way. If they play the Warriors or the Clippers, because they're not guarding. Who's guarding Kawhi? No one's guarding Kawhi. If PG's back, no one's guarding either of them.
I don't know why we're
PG might not be back. PG might not be back to like game 6 or 7. But you don't have to guard Russ.
Don't say that. Russ absolutely cooked the other night, and then the next day he had a stinker. But the Kings don't play any defense. Russell Westbrook can expose them. He's not going to do it every game, but you can see what he's capable of. He dropped 36 the other night. Of course, he's not going to shoot 5 for 5 from 3, but
why not?
What do you mean?
Shoot 5 for 5 from 3?
Yesterday he shot like 0 for 5, bro. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, you're gonna get it's give and take with Russ, but I would actually favor the Clippers heavily over the Kings if Paul George can come back for at least a couple games. Which
how are you favoring the Kings over the Warriors, but not the Clippers over the Kings? I mean,
I think it comes down to matchups. I think the Clippers are way deeper, in my opinion.
And they finally playing Robert Covington, and I don't know why Tyronn Lue was giving him DMPs. That was fucking stupid. But now he's back in the lineup and shit. Hopefully Marcus Morris is playing in China by the playoffs, and that's the easy first round. So I'm hoping we drop to the 6. I really don't want to be 7th. I think the Lakers are only a game and a half back. So I don't want to I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see who gets that 5th seed, because nobody wants that 5th seed because nobody wants to play the Suns with a healthy KD. So we're going to see what happens.
I mean, the Lakers might get a 6 seed, if you be honest.
They might. That's what I'm saying. Right? Like, it depends on how the Clippers play. Like, they have to play this perfectly if they want that 60. They can't afford to lose too many games. But once again, if they win too many, they're also going to get the. This is going to be interesting.
Latif, I know you talked about it. We're not talking about the Lakers right now. The AD injury, he came back. He was fine, right?
Yeah, he good. He's been a little girl. He's fine.
I was gonna say, because Latif texted in the group chat, Lakers season over, AD out for the rest of the year. And we're like, what? And then next
bro, you should see him on the ground. He was wincing on the ground in pain. I'm like, this season is over.
He does that every game. He does that every game now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he did have 38 and 17.
Like, damn,
that's just a part of his bag, man.
All right, so a major reason for the Kings being good this season was obviously acquiring what's his name? Domantas Sabonis. So let's revisit the trade. Who do you think won that trade last year at the trade deadline? Looking back on it now, who do you think won the trade?
I'll take it first. I think it's very similar to the PG trade with OKC when they got Sabonis and Oladipo for PG. I think this trade is a rare win-win. I think the Pacers weren't going to do anything with Sabonis. They had no sense of direction. I think by getting Tyrese and Buddy, whether you trade Buddy, whatever happens with him, you have a piece to build with the future with Tyrese. They drafted well with Benedict Mathurin. You got Miles Turner. They have a direction now for the future. And obviously for the Kings, making playoffs is insanely whatever. Like first time in 16 years, like it's great for the team. You got some sort of buzz in Sacramento. Like you're actually putting butts in seats. I don't think it's going to be like what we talked about. I don't think they're winning the championship, right? They're not a Western Conference Finals team, in my opinion. But for them to make the playoffs is huge. So I think both teams. When you look back at the trade, I think there was like only a second round pick, and besides that, Indy got like Tristan Thompson on top, and then Sacramento got like Justin Holiday and Jeremy Lamb. So like there wasn't much like stuff, I guess, like as far as picks and stuff moving around or like other pieces. So for the most part, just Tyrese and Buddy for Sabonis. I think both teams are happy with their decision. I don't know if you could say that Tyrese is the player he is if he's playing as a two guard next to De'Aaron right now. I think Tyrese having the offense to himself allowed him to break out, like having the keys to the entire offense in Indiana. So I think Tyrese and De'Aaron would have been a fun backcourt, but I think having De'Aaron and DeMontis and actually like whatever just opens up their offense. Tyrese is now like able to break out himself. So I think both teams would do it again if if the situation was the same.
I want to take it next. This is going to be real short. I agree with Max. I think that this was a win-win, just like you said, Max. I don't think that Halliburton's playmaking abilities would be displayed like this if he was alongside De'Aaron Fox. And the Pacers don't have the team success as the Kings do, obviously. But as we do know, the Kings are not making it far in the playoffs. But again, like I said, I was happy for the Kings. But yeah, this is a win-win. Don't have much to say.
I think y'all sleeping on the Kings. I'll just go real quick. I think once again, what everybody says, the win-win. There's really not too much out there. Halliburton's doing great on the Pacers. Kings make the playoffs and probably going to get out the first round depending on who they play. So I think it's a win-win.
Wait, Zay, you said we're sleeping on the Kings. Like, what do you think their ceiling is?
Oh, I think they're. I personally think they won 50 games for a reason. I think depending on who they play in the first round. Even me being a Clippers fan, I do think there's also a way that can beat the Clippers. I do think it's possible. I don't have it very, very likely, but there's definitely a way if Paul George doesn't come back. Russell Westbrook, if they play great defense on Russell Westbrook, it depends how Tyronn Lue adjusts because that nigga's a sick coach.
Bro, you're delusional about Russ.
Why did you mention Russ? Like, go ahead, just go, bro.
Niggas are weird.
They don't have to play good defense, Russ, bro. They don't like. All right,
Russ is a scrub. Okay. Russ plays defense on the show.
Y'all act like this man's not gonna average 10 assists. Like, what are we talking about, bro? Like, y'all are weird. Like, y'all niggas are weird. Okay.
Russ is self-guarded, bro.
Oh man.
And I also believe that depending on who they play in the second round, say they play like the Lakers, I think they like depending on how far the Lakers make it, they could beat the Lakers. But also see
they're not beating the Lakers.
Oh my god,
beating LA.
Yeah, no, that's my fault. I'm at the Lakers.
They're not beating LA.
But I think they could beat a team like the Grizzlies. So I think
so.
It depends on who they play. It all depends on who they play.
I think it's a win for the Kings. Honestly, they got the better player. I think DeMontis Sabonis is better than Tyrese Halliburton. They made the playoffs, huh?
On 2-3 years.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's like now, but if you look at the future, Tyrese could definitely be better.
I mean, yeah, he can definitely be better than DeMontis Sabonis, but
it's going to be a for sure better player than Sabonis.
I mean, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like Sabonis is, I think Tyrese is like 21. And Sabonis is 25. I mean, the age gap is not that big. I mean, I would have Tyrese
4 years.
But I feel like this is Sabonis' ceiling. I don't think we've seen Tyrese's ceiling yet.
Tyrese has a lot.
That's a great point.
I think this is a very good ceiling for him, though. I think he's averaging.
I like Sabonis a lot.
No, it's a great ceiling. I just think Tyrese's ceiling is going to be higher in 2 to 3 years.
Okay, but I feel like the Pacers have a lot more to do in that rebuild, and there is it's a great start. It's a great start for the rebuild. Getting Tyrese Halliburton, point guard, is a good start to rebuild. But I just think the Kings got immediately better. They made the playoffs. They became relevant again as well. Like the Kings have been relevant for like 15 years.
Our whole lifetime, yeah.
Literally. So I think in the grand scheme of things, the Pacers probably are going to be more happy in a couple years. But right now, looking at it right now, I think Kings won it because they got back to relevancy, they got back to the playoffs, they got hope.
You just said why it should be a win-win. In a couple years, the Pacers are going to be more happy. Right now, Kings fans are more happy. That's literally a win-win.
But I also feel like the Kings can add another piece, and their ceiling can go even higher. So, like, let's say they add another piece. I'm not want to throw any names out. Maybe like Jaylen Brown, but that's still not even getting them very far. If they add another piece, someone that's better than De'Aaron Fox, and then would you say that would be a win for the Kings?
I mean, that's the thing. At the end of the day, that's not the Tyrese trade. That's not the Tyrese.
Yeah, that's
it's adding on more stuff. We're talking about the trade itself. Like, if you can sign LeBron James, like that's great, but that has nothing to do with the DeMontis Sabonis, Tyrese Halliburton.
And that's also like the Pacers. Say the Pacers just go up in the lottery, get a guy like just. I mean, I don't know how the chances of this. I'm not looking at the playoffs. They just get like a top 6 pick somehow at a guy. Now, are we saying, the Pacers want to like? You know what I'm saying? So we're talking about the trade specifically. It's a win-win easily.
The only right answer is it being a win-win. Like I don't see a way where
I think
one team is over the other. Like I feel like it has to just be a win-win. There's
Rudy,
definitely a wrong answer to this question.
Rudy, what you think?
Definitely at the time, like when we talked about it, I thought it was a big L because if there's one team that I don't watch, it's the Pacers. So I was kind of a casual to Sabonis. I knew who he was, obviously, and he was an all-star, but I'm like, I didn't think he could have an impact like this. He's only 25. He's making less than 20 mil a year. I think it's definitely a win for the Kings. And we thought it was an L also because we had seen 5 years of De'Aaron Fox. I'm like, okay, are you going to take the next step? That's why everyone's like, damn, they should have kept Tyrese. But now we see that he's absolutely exploded this year. So it's for sure this year, it's a win-win. And just to say for next year, like Harrison Barnes is going to be off the roster most likely, and they can spend money elsewhere, try to bring in someone and replace him, someone better. So I think for right now, the Kings are definitely going to be projected to make the playoffs next year, following year, as long as they got those two guys.
I was gonna say I like that because like we're talking about like what I said, like with how this trade kind of unlocked Tyrese. This trade also kind of unlocked De'Aaron Fox more on the other side, right? Like close to being an all-star, like having a good front court partner kind of unlocked De'Aaron and was able to allow him to do more with the offense. So I like
that. So on the Kings, they have DeMontis Sabonis and De'Aaron Fox. And De'Aaron Fox was in the 2017 NBA draft. That's when he was drafted. One of the most deepest draft class in recent memory. So we talked about this.
Deepest. Yeah, it's a deep draft.
It's one of the deepest. For sure.
It's a deep draft. It's a deep draft.
It's one of the deepest in recent memory. So we want to do a redraft. We're gonna obviously ask. Y'all want to ask Siri or you just want to go in order or something like that? Because what y'all want to do?
It don't matter.
I don't care.
It's not a team draft. So
this is an under 25 NFL draft.
Okay,
wait, so what's the order?
Well, on my screen, let's just do me, Max first. I'm second. Jaden third. Rudy fourth. Isaiah fifth.
Easiest pick of my life.
Wait.
Yeah. Hold on.
Let me pull it up real quick for the teams.
There we go. We're doing top 14, correct? Are we top 15? Because we got 5 guys.
Yeah.
So
let's do. All right, we can do top 15.
Top 15.
All right, we're gonna do a 2017 NBA redraft.
All right. Hold on, let me make sure. I got my shit pulled up. All right. With the first pick, the Philadelphia 76ers select Jason Tatum. There's really nothing to be said there. Best player in the draft. There's nothing much to be said. So Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum and Joel Embiid would be kind of gross. Looking forward to the future. So that'd be crazy.
A clear, obvious pick. I don't think no one's gonna fight you on that.
Yeah.
With the second pick, I'm gonna go. With the second pick, the Los Angeles Lakers select Donovan Mitchell.
Good pick. Good. I like that.
Another obvious one.
I thought you were gonna overthink it, but no.
Who would it be?
Yeah, I don't know. I thought you were gonna say some crazy stuff like say Bam or De'Aaron.
No.
I like the defense too. I was 3.
With the third pick, the Boston Celtics select Bam Adebayo.
Okay, yeah. I mean that's obvious too. Probably
who's on Boston's team? Who's on Boston's team? Because they didn't pick Jaylen Brown yet. So who did Boston have? IT?
No, they did.
Jaylen Brown was. No, Jaylen Brown was.
No, they had Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown was on the team.
Jaylen
Brown 2016?
Yeah.
I thought he was 20. I thought it was the next year.
And I think Kyrie came over that week. Kyrie came over that year.
Yeah, he did. So it'd be Kyrie, Bam, Jaylen Brown. Okay. Gordon Hayward. That's the year Gordon Hayward got injured.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Dang, what could have been?
Rudy, it's on you?
All right, so it's the 4th pick. This is the Suns.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna take De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah.
Good pick. Yeah.
I feel like
I think
the talk around De'Aaron Fox has drastically changed this year, for sure.
What?
Yeah.
The talk around
What is
De'Aaron Fox has drastically changed this year.
I agree.
I mean, I always knew he was an all-star caliber player. I mean, I won't like try to diminish him, but he definitely did take a step this year. So.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't winning, 1 and 2, like he wasn't improving either. I feel like, I mean, in that bubble year, he had averaged like 25. That was like the first year I saw him like really improve, but he wasn't good on defense and he could not shoot at a lick. I think he's improved with shooting and even playmaking a little bit this year.
His shooting isn't really that efficient.
No, it's bad. But I'm saying it's better than it was.
It's better in recent years.
Yeah.
Y'all don't think there's a case to take Fox over Bam?
No.
Just for like a team
yes,
fit.
I definitely think so. That's why I thought I was a little surprised you said that so quickly. But what? It's Boston. Boston had Kyrie. So
I'm
just
thinking
team
about
fit.
the team.
Yeah, I agree.
That's true.
I think Bam makes more
They
sense.
didn't have Kyrie before the draft, I don't think.
No, they didn't.
But I think Bam is a better player. I think Bam is a better player.
IT.
That means they had IT.
Yeah,
that means they had IT then. That means they had Isaiah Thomas.
And
Isaiah
Bam
Thomas
is
for
more
Kyrie.
versatile. I would say Bam is a good playmaker. Is he not?
Yeah, he is.
He's
Bam
one
is
of
a
the
good
best defenders in the league.
Yeah, I'll take Bam for sure.
Okay.
It's on you, Jose.
Number 5, the Kings don't get their guy, but instead they get Lauri Markkanen.
Okay, that's good. I thought you were gonna like overlook him.
Nah,
I think last year you would have said that.
That really changed. That changed this year.
Last year you would have said that.
What you can say about Lauri.
All right.
Next, it's on you at 6.
Yeah, with the 6th pick, the Orlando Magic select Kyle Kuzma.
What the?
Hold on, stop. What? So not the best player on the board because Jared Allen's still on there. They had Nikola Vucevic. It's fit.
I was about to say
OG and Anunoby, I would take over Kyle Kuzma.
No, Kyle Kuzma's a scorer. They have defensive options on the team. I'll pick Kyle Kuzma. They need a score. No one's scoring on that team. Do you really want DJ Augustine and Terrence Ross scoring points for you? I'm cool with Kyle Kuzma to score points, man.
Kyle Kuzma like 10th on my list, respectfully.
10th?
Yes.
10?
Yeah. I got a couple people for him.
Yeah, no, I'll take
with
Kuzma.
this.
Oh wait, it's my turn.
With the 7th.
It's my turn.
Wait. Oh, you're right.
What team is this?
Minnesota.
Who's on that roster? Do they have a point guard at this point?
This Levine. This Levine team, I think.
Um,
This pick got traded to Chicago anyways, so this is for Jimmy.
Jimmy?
No, Levine came to
This pick got traded.
Yeah.
This and Levine got traded for Jimmy.
Yeah, it did. This is tough. I can tell y'all who I'm thinking about.
It's not that tough.
Because y'all might want to go Jared Allen or something like that, but I got Lonzo up here. I got Markelle up here.
Markelle is crazy.
Markelle Fultz.
No, Markelle Fultz is revamping his career. I don't know if y'all watching Orlando over there.
He's a good role player.
Bro, what is Kyle Kuzma?
I'm not taking Markelle Fultz over.
Kyle
I'm not gonna lie.
Kuzma is a bucket.
I'm taking Derek White over Markelle Fultz right now.
No, see, what are we doing? No, Markelle.
You gotta watch more Magic games.
Yeah, you gotta watch more Magic games. Markelle is been hooping, bro.
I'm picking Markelle Fultz.
And I think he's gonna be the starting point guard for them for a long time, bro. Like he's
that's
hooping.
Cool.
But yeah, I'm still taking Lonzo. With the 7th overall pick, the Minnesota Timberwolves select Lonzo Ball.
See, that's who I was gonna take for New York.
Yeah. I think I know Lonzo been dealing with injuries, but before that, he was improving every single year. If he doesn't play again, though, I think we talk about him. He might be a bust if he doesn't play again. So
all right, with the 8th pick, the New York Knicks select Jared Allen. This is a great pick. You get the defense. I think the defense is on par with Mitchell Robinson, and then he's a better scorer than Mitchell Robinson. So this is perfect.
Rudy, would you have took Kyle Kuzma that high
for the 8th pick?
I would have picked someone else.
At 6. At 6.
OG's better than him, bro.
OG's not better than Kyle Kuzma.
Yes, he is.
I want scoring.
Come
Kyle's
on, man.
OG,
No,
I think we hype up OG because of his potential. I said this earlier. The thought of OG is better than what OG actually is. Like he has a lot of upside, but he's like, no, I don't think he performs up to what.
It's kind of unfair because like Toronto, they haven't even let him like loose. Like they're just focused on Pascal Siakam and Scotty Barnes. Like OG on another team, bro. It's a clearing.
He clears him on defense. And
he's a great defender.
This year he's averaging what? Like he's averaging, bro. The last 3 years he's averaging
17, 5, and 2. 17, 5, and 2.
The past 3 years he's averaged like more than 15. And I think
what is Kyle Kuzma averaging?
21, 7, and 4.
He's terrible on defense. The score, like, it's terrible. The scoring gap is not as big as the defensive gap in me. I think OG's a lot better player than him. Like,
he's a lot better defender. I don't think he's a better player though.
What is he? Go ahead.
I think OG's being kind of forced into being like a third or fourth player, and this year Kuzma has finally been able to be like a second option. It's because Bradley Beal's been playing more of a facilitator this season, so they've been looking at Porzingis and Kuzma. They get more shots than Bradley Beal, so that's why his scoring's up. He is a good scorer. That dude's capable of dropping 30 any night, but just the two-way player of OG, that's why I would take him over him.
For sure. I feel like there's a case.
Because OG probably could have won before Lonzo, maybe. I don't know.
I was gonna say OG still. You didn't even pick him, so
yeah, I should have though.
So that's what I'm saying.
So what pick are we at? 8 or 9?
Dallas at 9. Dallas at 9. I think Rudy Dallas at 9, right?
I think that's me, yeah. And I'm gonna use that pick to take OG.
There you go. Yeah, I agree. I think OG's a good player, but when I was just looking at the Orlando roster, I want someone who could actually score the basketball like consistently. And I get it. I do agree. One of my friends is a big Raptors fan, so he talks about it a lot. Like I watch games, and like they're like OG with the whole trade deadline too. Like they were just benching him. Like they weren't giving him any minutes. Like it doesn't make much sense. And like they are trying to feed the ball through Scotty, kind of make him more the like offensive focal point. I do think OG on another team would be interesting, but I feel like OG on another team, like they're trading for him for his defense more than his offense. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. So when I'm trying to make a pick right here, I'm looking for offense. Like the league, I get it. Defense obviously important still, but I'm trying to look for a big offensive score, and I think Kyle Kuzma is a better offensive score.
Somebody on my list is slipping bad.
I'm looking at the draft, and I just realized that the Kings had picked 5 and 10. They did good getting Fox. They also could have got Bam. And they went to the same college. They let
that would have been tough. That would have been tough.
They got Zach Collins, so they needed a center, and they chose Zach Collins over Bam.
Which I think Gonzaga players get hyped up so much, bro.
Like I get it, 2017, but like, damn, these niggas went to the same college. That could have been something.
Wait, is Jared Allen still on the board? Or was he selected?
Nah, I'm selected.
Okay,
he got selected 8. Jared Allen got picked 8.
Okay, make sure you say the pick before you say it in the team and stuff like that, Jay.
Okay, I got
Rudy, you took for TikTok purposes, you know.
Okay, I know I'll take a 10. I know I'll take a 10. At 10, I think the Kings get a better center than what they would have, and they select John Collins at number 10.
I'm not against it.
I thought he was going to slip further.
I thought he was too.
I'll fight with John. Collins.
What is John Collins though?
John Collins is 11th on my list.
He sits in the corner. So what is he?
He's not being utilized. He's not being utilized.
Wait, who did I select at 5? I selected Lori. Oh shit. Oh well. Oh well. Best player available.
I'm not gonna lie. No, I think John Collins is not being used like.
That's what I'm saying. I like John Collins.
If they would put him in,
how do you use him?
No, in the pick and roll. What
That's
you mean?
Lot pick and roll. Yeah. Threat.
And they should use him instead of Clint Capella, bro. And like him having to sit on the corner because Clint Capella is hogging the paint is crazy. Also, he sucks on defense though, so I get it, bro. But
he's literally just a lob threat.
He can. No, I mean, yeah, he is, but like he can shoot.
Knock down a 3 occasionally.
I'm not like in today's NBA. That's a lot though when you think about it.
Yeah, role player.
All right. I mean, 90% of the league is a role player, so that really doesn't.
No, I'm not putting him down. I'm saying like he has a specific role.
I think it's Max at 11.
It's me at 11. I don't like anybody right now with this team. I feel like there's only guards that I want to pick right now, and Charlotte has
Still
nothing
some
but
cool people.
Charlotte's got nothing but guards on this team.
I think you're looking too much into the rosters, man. We should just, I don't know, best player available.
You want me to do best player available?
Yeah.
All right. Well, like I said before, let me just make sure. Hold on.
Make sure you say the whole thing.
Yeah, hold on. I'm just making sure I make the guy. Hold on.
Wait, who did they choose? Malik Monk?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, they pick Monk.
He can probably stay.
Yeah. Let me make sure. Off the board.
I told you, T, this is gonna be a.
Nah, bro, because he act like it's that tough. I was like, come on, bro. It's obvious.
No, I'll make my pick.
Right.
No, I'm not gonna make the obvious player, like I said earlier. With the 11th pick, the Charlotte Hornets will select Derek White. I like Derek White a lot more than I like Markelle Fultz.
Oh man.
So I'm picking Derek White. He
Dear
shoots better
God.
from three. He plays better defense. I'm picking Derek White. I'm sorry. Derek White should win Sixth Man of the Year.
Dear God.
I don't care. You can say whatever you want, man.
That stinks.
How far did you have him? How much farther down you have him?
He's not even on my list. Like,
yeah, that's gross.
Josh
He should
Hart
be on your list.
Huh?
Josh Hart is better than him.
Okay.
I
Do you
got
think
Josh
Josh
Hart.
Hart? Who's better? Would you rather pick Josh Hart or Markelle Fultz?
Oh, it's you. It's you.
Oh, it's my turn. Yeah, it's my turn. And you said Josh Hart, Markelle Fultz.
Yeah.
That's tough. I probably think Markelle. I don't know, man.
Okay.
I don't know. I think I love what Markelle's been doing in over there in on the Magic, bro. I've been watching.
I like when Jaylen Brown does not play. Derek White's a hooper. He steps up
on defense.
On offense.
Oh my God.
I gotta watch Derek White play, man.
Derek White's been better than Marcus Smart this season, bro.
Derek White's good.
He is.
He's a big part of why they can make a run because they have so much depth in that guard position. They have Brogdon. They have Smart. You got Jaylen Brown.
We on 12, right?
Yeah.
With the 12th overall pick, the Detroit Pistons select Markelle Fultz. And picking Derek White over Markelle Fultz is absurdly nasty. That is absurdly nasty and disgusting. Respectfully, Derek White is not. No, he's not better.
I get you not saying.
You can say in the first 4 years of their career, yes, but you got to watch him this year, bro. I don't know if you watched him this year.
I get you not saying your team saying team fits whatever. Kemba Walker and Markelle Fultz in a backcourt is not going to work. I'm sorry, that's just not going to work at all.
And Derek White will?
Yes, Derek White can actually shoot the three. He can actually play defense. Markelle Fultz, is he not a facilitator? Is he not a playmaker? That's Kemba's
Imagine him playmaking for Kemba Walker. That would be tough for me.
Kemba Walker's a playmaker.
Yeah, but he's a great shooter though, so he can play off ball as well. He can Kemba Walker could definitely play off ball.
I'm not putting Kemba Walker off ball. Kemba Walker should be my playmaker. He's my one.
I think Markelle Fultz can play off ball too, slash the basket as well.
I don't know how Markelle Fultz play off ball.
All right, with the 13th pick, the Denver Nuggets select Malik Monk. That's a great fit.
You said Denver Nuggets?
Yeah, Denver. Yeah, Denver got a steal with Donovan Mitchell here. That's crazy. That's insane. But they obviously.
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know anything about Donovan Mitchell in college. I didn't know shit about him. I don't watch college basketball.
Dylan Brooks is here, by the way.
Yeah,
I was thinking about Dylan Brooks.
He's not on my board. I did not put him on my board. He is not on my board.
My next.
Yeah.
All right, I hate this guy, but at 14, with the 14th overall pick to Miami, he'd take Dylan Brooks.
It's a good pick. He fits the Heat culture too.
Yeah, I was gonna say he could be.
Dylan Brooks.
Dylan Brooks is terrible.
Nah, that's cap.
Yeah,
who keeps getting quotes from Dylan Brooks, bro? Every time
I don't know why.
Twitter, I just see
that's why
every day.
The worst thing about Ja leaving, bro, they started asking Dylan Brooks questions. That shit was crazy.
Did anybody select? Did anybody select Josh Hart?
No, he's on the board.
No.
You got Josh Hart, Luke Kennard. I was looking at Luke Kennard.
Luke Kennard's crazy.
15, I don't think it matters too much. I'll just say the Portland Trailblazers select Josh Hart.
Yeah, that's a good fit though.
All right,
Josh Hart is a great piece.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel bad because he's been injured. I really want to pick Jonathan Isaac. I like Jonathan Isaac. I think he's got high potential.
Jonathan Isaac got hurt again, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
He's been out since the bubble. Gets back and got injured again. That's so tough.
Nah, Jonathan Isaac, yeah, he's definitely not going in there. I don't know. I was thinking about not putting Markel in the lottery, but at the same time though, Markel, I feel like I love what he's been doing this year. So,
Anybody else? Anybody else got honorable mentions? Honorable mentions they were gonna pick but didn't.
I remember y'all niggas said y'all gotta watch more Magic games. Who was checking for the Magic?
bro, you sleeping on the Magic? They're gonna be good next year. I'm not even
I'm
trolling.
not watching Magic games, but I can tell you that Markel Fultz.
They have two lottery picks this year, and they're gonna be probably gonna be very, very good. They go
Yeah,
out and
they
get
could get
Keontae
lucky.
George. They go out and get Keontae George.
I hear
He's
what
scary.
my boy Popovich to get Victor.
They should
Wait,
trade them.
I was thinking
I'm not
about
gonna
this.
lie. I was talking to somebody in Discord yesterday. He gave me a very good idea. If they trade them 2 first-round picks for Lonzo Ball, it's lit. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that would be crazy. Lonzo,
No.
That would
First
be
off,
awful.
Lonzo probably can't even
no,
walk
my bad,
anymore.
not Lonzo. LaMelo, tweaking, tripping. LaMelo.
Still,
I was gonna
say,
no.
Hornets
LaMelo-
aren't.
Huh?
Yeah, I don't think the Hornets would accept that.
I
They love
mean,
LaMelo Ball, dude.
what if he requests a trade? Because I wouldn't want to be there. He gotta go.
Bro, we're not
that's-
gonna start this topic again. The nigga is like 13 years old, bro. Like, geez, you want this nigga to request a trade?
Yeah,
so
we do
bad.
gotta give it time.
And
Bro,
just
that
knowing
is kinda
LaMelo
crazy.
Ball, LaMelo's gonna want that supermax deal. So they're the only team that can give it to him.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie though, that franchise is inept. Like, it's really bad. I'm glad
I
Michael
was
Jordan.
I was thinking about it the other day. I don't really want to switch gears, but like I don't know, just seeing what Jalen Williams has been doing recently. Is it crazy to just give him like the upper hand
No,
on
it's
Paolo
crazy.
for
Yes,
the rookie
it's
of the year?
crazy. It's crazy.
I
It
don't
is
think
crazy.
it's that crazy.
Yes,
I
it
don't
is
think it's
because
upper hand
their
on what?
responsibilities are too different, way different.
That's
Like,
true.
I agree.
That's true.
I get that. I get that. Paolo's got the keys to the offense. Jalen does not have to be the number one scorer. He can just do everything else.
yeah, he feeds off Shea,
Paolo
bro.
can play with Shea and Josh Giddey. I ain't gonna lie. Paolo might be out. Like, yeah.
I got a question for y'all. Going forward, I know Latif, you talk about Franz. We're not trying to talk about the Magic right now, but like scoring wise, are we all thinking Paolo's going to be the focal point of that offense? Obviously, like Franz will not be the number one scorer.
Yes, for sure.
Just saying. Are we on the same page with that?
Yeah,
It's Paolo for
I think
sure.
I think we should move on though.
yeah.
There we go.
We got big deal or no big deal. Just some stuff that's been popping up in the NBA this week. It's been a lot of stuff happening recently. Julius Randle sprained his ankle. Is out for the rest of the season. How much is that going to impact the Knicks? Like how?
No, this is a big deal for me personally because the Pelicans have them on their schedule. This kind of solidifies that we're gonna get a W against the Knicks. So
Y'all
this
not.
is
They
a
just beat the
big deal.
Cavs last night. What are you talking about? They just beat the Cavs last night.
Yeah,
First off, we beat the
Brunson
Nuggets.
was
even though
so bad.
Jokic was out.
Oh,
That
stop!
play
They
a
didn't
big
have,
deal.
bro. They suck without
No,
Jokic.
that plays a great part. It plays a great part into it. But no, I feel like just matching up wise, and then what? Zion is gonna be back by that time. Zion is gonna be back by the time we play the Knicks.
Theoretically, yes. I guess.
So that's a W. So I see the Pelicans making a play-in. So this is huge for me in my case. So this is a big deal.
They can beat y'all without Julius Randle. They just beat the Cavs last night, by the way. Fully healthy Cavs. Besides,
We're talking
We're
about
needing
Jalen-
Zion.
We're talking about Julius Randle, right? Or who we talking
the
about?
Cavaliers are better than the Pelicans with Zion.
But what does Julius Randle have to do with the Pelicans playing?
He's
Because
saying
he just
they play the Knicks, so
The
Julius
Pelicans
Randle
play the
out.
Knicks.
I'm
We
saying,
Yeah.
what the
we
fuck
need
was
it.
he
We
talking
need that
about?
win.
I think it's a big deal, but I don't think it's a big deal because you can see Jalen Brunson is carrying his team. He just had 48 last night against the Cavs, the best defense in the NBA. He dropped 48 on them. So I think
Career
Jalen Brunson
high.
is going to be able to carry them into the playoffs. Keep that what they are, fifth seed. He's going to be able to maintain that fifth seed. They're probably not going to slip. I think it's not that big of a deal. Jalen Brunson is there.
The Knicks only have to win one game out of their last three, and they're locked into that fifth seed. So I know Tom Thibodeau ain't gonna rest nobody, but he hypothetically he could because they can't move up or down after they win one more game.
I think either way the Cavs are gonna beat them. So
Yeah, that's what I'm
No
saying.
big
I
deal.
thought they
I'm
I thought
sorry.
they'd lose. I thought they'd lose with Julius Randle, and then with him out, I don't think it's a big deal. Like it's a big deal for the Knicks, but I think like in the grand scheme of everything, like I don't think it's that much of a big deal. I don't think they were a threat in the East.
Before we go to the next big deal or no deal, Damian Lillard to the Knicks. Do y'all see that?
Nasty. That's a terrible idea. They already have Jalen
Can't-
Brunson.
Can't see that happening.
I don't think a two guard.
No. It only works for the
No.
Cavs because
That
it only works for the Cavs because Donovan Mitchell is a above average defender and Jared Allen and Evan Mobley are in the back line. Mitchell
But
Robinson is
Jalen-
not moving me. I'm sorry.
Jalen Brunson.
No,
can
Mitchell
play against
Robinson is
Luka.
a good defender. What do
But
you
he's
mean?
not Jared
Mitchell
Allen
Robinson
or-
just can't do anything on the offensive end.
He's not Jared Allen or Evan
Don't do
Mobley, respectfully. And Damian Lillard is a cone, and Jalen Brunson is not good on defense either. So that would
What
be
are you
terrible.
gonna say? You were going to say something when I said it with the Dame.
You talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, I was just gonna say if Dame goes anywhere, he should be traded to the Nuggets for Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr.
I can see that.
I actually had that
For
trade.
Michael Porter Jr.
No. See, that's where you lose me. They shouldn't trade me MPJ. They shouldn't put
I
him in
fuck
there.
with MPJ.
Yeah.
They shouldn't put it. Think probably be like that nigga never passed.
Yeah.
That's what the deal is, though.
Me,
no, I made a deal. On TikTok and I put it on my Twitter a couple days ago. I think it was like 3 first-round picks: Bruce Brown, Zeke Naji, and Jamal Murray.
I'm hanging up, bro. I'm hanging up. I'm sorry. I'm hanging up.
He's all right.
If you call me with that deal, I'm hanging up because
on whose part?
Jamal Murray has injury history, and so does Michael Porter Jr. Michael Porter Jr. is the best part of that deal. You're getting Dame Lillard. Other than last year, he's been an Iron Man. So I could see Dame still doing the same thing for the next 3 years.
You gotta add more to Dame,
two
though.
players.
You gotta add more to Dame for the contracts to work. I think. Like you can put
MPJ's
making $35 million, bro. MPJ's making $35 million. So I don't know if the contract works.
It would work if Jeremy Grant was not a free agent, but he is a free agent, so it doesn't work.
MPJ's making $35 million.
Yes, he's gonna pay like a max player. So you can't just add him to the trade. Like that's not the cap. That's why I didn't have him in there because he's making $35 million, which is crazy. Because we were talking about this in Discord last night. He's basically just a spot-up shooter, so he's making $35 million as a spot-up shooter. But I love MPJ.
What about Dame to the Heat, or do the Heat don't got shit to give them?
We talked last.
Dame to the Heat would be cool.
It would be. Who would the Heat give?
Kyle Lowry picks and Tyler Hero. I mean, it's a terrible offer, but that's not what he has to give.
I don't know if y'all see. Y'all know 9 players on the Heat rotation are undrafted.
Yeah,
9 players in the rotation are undrafted players.
Let's see. The trade we talked about last time was we said Dame to the Pels. Dame to the Pels.
It's not possible.
For Dyson. It's impossible.
They don't have the money, bro. They're paying.
That's what we were
paying
talking about.
CJ $30 million, bro.
You said there was a way to make it work.
No, it's not. I wouldn't even want to pair CJ and Dame back up again, but they're already making $30 million, and then they're paying.
Dame plus Zion and Ingram is a different team.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
There's no way to make that work unless you trade CJ, and you got to trade like Jonas Valanciunas as well. Jonas Valanciunas is making like $15 million too. The money doesn't work. They got Zion on a max contract. Right.
So it's looking like Dame is gonna be a Blazer. That's
what it's really looking like.
Damn the Bucks. Damn the Bucks.
They don't have a good package.
Unless the only reason is if Dame like forces a trade out, like he has like I'm not playing, and he's not gonna do that. Come on. So yeah, right. Damn, that's crazy. He just wasted his whole career. Wild.
Next topic.
Nah. I was gonna say LaMarcus Aldridge was his closest chance, but he made it to the conference finals that 1 year. So
next topic. Naz Reid broke his wrist. He's supposed to miss the all the way to the Western Conference Finals, even if they make it. So you think that's a big deal or no big deal?
No big deal.
That's definitely a big deal.
Why not?
Minnesota's not doing anything. I'm sorry, Minnesota's not doing anything. Again, it doesn't move me. They're gonna win a play.
I mean, they could have made the playoffs. They're gonna make the playoffs.
They're gonna lose the first round regardless.
I mean, but
I can see Minnesota win that series. I can see Minnesota win that series.
Minnesota, like obviously, it's not a big deal in the grand scheme of things for like us people who are fans of the Clippers and Lakers. But certainly Minnesota, like them not making the playoffs, like damn, that probably like sucks.
Do you think where they're right now fighting for the 8th seed, right? So let's just say
they used to be 7. They literally were just 7. So
they were just 6.
Yeah,
everybody's fighting for the 8th seed.
They're a half a game behind New Orleans. So they're whatever. Let's say they beat OKC. Cool. Are they beating Denver with Naz Reid or without Naz Reid?
Oh no. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying as a Minnesota fan, probably a big deal. Like nobody else cares. Yeah.
I mean, he was hooping for them. I don't know. Y'all been watching Naz Reid. He's been going crazy.
In terms of like them beating the Nuggets,
Rudy, that's a big deal or no? It's not a big deal further. You know.
I think it is a big deal, honestly, because he provides something that Rudy Gobert doesn't do when he's out of the game. Because I mean, I don't know. It's just in context of a series, I don't know, but I just think for their team right now, they love him coming off the bench. I feel like if they could start him, they would, but no, they can't because they have Rudy Gobert and they have to play him. You look at his per 36 numbers. I know that's a stupid stat sometimes, but I believe it's like 20 and 12, and he's a 3-point shooting big man. So he is a bench player, but I don't know. It's a big deal in certain contexts.
In certain kind, like. If I was a Minnesota fan, I'd be pissed. But like, obviously, they're not.
Quick question: Is that Rudy Gobert trade going to go down as one of the worst in all time? Do we think?
Yes.
Unless they win a championship, yeah.
If who wins the championship?
I said
Utah?
unless they win it.
Oh,
No,
unless they win the championship.
unless
Yeah.
Minnesota wins the championship.
Yeah, that trade is looking
Yeah,
worse
that's
and worse
what I
by
was
the day.
gonna say. All right, so worst trade of all time. Cool.
By the way, Nas Reed said to hit free agency. I think he's gonna be a starting big in this league because he provides a lot of he provides rim protection, shooting, a lot of space. Yeah, I love Nas Reed. Rudy, we gonna start with you first. Is this a big deal or not a big deal? Mikal Bridges averaging 30 points over his last 10.
Damn.
I think this is amazing. And it reminds me of, I'm a Rockets fan, so it reminds me of when we got James Harden. Like,
Whoa.
I
get it.
No, hold on. We knew how good like James Harden was. He was a 6-man. When I got him, I was like, okay, we got at most an all-star player. When the Nets got Mikal Bridges, I don't think that they thought he could be a ceiling. Like, I don't think he could be an all-star for sure. Like, I don't think they thought that. But now you see what he's doing. Like, it's very similar to what James Harden was doing. Like, he came in and he's averaging like 25, 26 that first year. And Mikal's basically doing the same thing. Like, he's a number one option for their team. I think they love it. I think it's great. It just reminds me of that. I'm not saying he's gonna be James Harden, but it just reminds me of the same.
It's a good comparison. I never thought of
it. So obviously it's not that many games left in the regular season. So let's just go where the Nets are. Right now they're playing the 76ers. How would that first round series go?
They're getting swept.
No, they're not getting swept. They're not getting swept.
They're getting swept.
No, it'll be Philly in 6 or 5. Philly in 6 or 5.
Yeah, I say 6.
5 or 6.
I don't know.
The Knicks are very good defensively. The Knicks are very good defensively, and you know Joel Embiid is due for a stinker, so he will be.
All right, now let me ask a question. This is just a hypothetical. Say the Knicks, they just go shit without Julius Randle. They drop to the 5th seed. I mean, they drop to the 6th seed. Nets versus Cavs. What y'all think about that?
Cavs in 5 or 6. It's the same thing for me. This is the same
Really?
thing.
Swept either way.
Swept?
Yeah.
Not winning the game?
Cavs?
I think you could get some close games in there. I'm not saying blowouts every game, but I think it's just sweeping.
Yeah, they don't just got it. I don't know. I like Nick Claxton. They need to give Cam Thomas some minutes, please. Dear God, please give him some minutes. I love it. But I think it's a big deal though, because I think he can be like the third best player, second best player on a really really good team, and so I think that's a good that's the best you can do for a KD trade midseason when you don't have.
He also raised his value significantly. There was already teams I heard that were offering like four first round picks. I don't know if that report was true or not when the trade first happened. Now this man like just skyrocketed his value. Like it's actually insane. So
I was hurt because the Rockets were one of the teams said to be interested and we didn't get him. And I was like, damn, I'll give up.
Y'all because now y'all can't get him. Now it's
I want to do it like I don't want to go too far in this, but I want to ask Rudy a question. I've been called a Jalen Green hater by a few people. I don't think he's gonna be that good. He's not good at basketball. So like what are your, as a Houston fan, like what do you think Jalen Green's ceiling is? Do you want him to be the franchise player for you guys, or what do
you just from what I see from him, he can be a 30-point per game scorer at his peak. But right now the Rockets situation, like our coaching situation sucks. Our culture situation sucks. I love Kevin Porter Jr., but he's not a real point guard. And at the time, I wanted Evan Mobley. I didn't want Jalen Green. I like him, but I preferred Evan Mobley just because of the defensive upside. And then obviously we knew about Scoot later. I wanted to get him later in the draft. I mean, in the following years. But I don't see any reason to hate Jalen Green other than if we get a new coach and there's new teammates and he can't adjust and he just continues to do the things he's doing. But right now, no one's holding him accountable. I think you're being kind of harsh saying he sucks or he's not good at basketball. Like this dude could drop 40. Didn't he drop 50 this year, I think?
Yeah, he has a lot of 30.
Okay, so yeah. You say the situation. I think Sengun and play like Sengun and like Tari Eason are doing better than him in the same situation. Yes or no?
I mean, Tari Eason is
I love Tari
Eason. I think he's exceeding his expectations.
Like Sengun?
If you, I don't know about
Sengun. Sengun is playing. He plays well every day besides on defense, and he sucks. But I don't know, man. I just feel like the culture is terrible. Yes, for sure. The coaching sucks. They have no like direction. But I think Sengun and I think Tyrese are kind of, they're not thriving, but they're showing that they're progressing, they're developing more than someone like Jalen Green. Jalen Green is bad at defense. He's very, very inefficient. He's probably the worst defender in the league. You look at the advanced stats.
All right, Latif. You're the Rocket GM. You have the number 2 pick. What are you doing this offseason?
People want them to take Scoop, but I hate that fit. Like, I don't really, I don't know. Like,
I'm
I
saying
like,
you can trade Jalen Green. Like, you're the GM.
I'm not trading Jalen Green. I'm definitely not trading Green. Trading.
So what are you doing then?
I don't know. I don't like Jalen Green and Scoot backcourt. That's nasty. I like Scoot he's a good playmaker, but I don't think he's good enough. Sengun is a great playmaker. I think they need a rim protector, but there's no way they can do that with the second pick because it's not a good enough one at the second pick. And if they don't get Wemby, it's going to. I don't like Scoot. I don't like Scoot in Houston. I think that's going to.
I think Houston will get Wemby. I think Houston's somehow going to get Wemby.
We had a real shot too, but
I see San Antonio.
We had a real shot to get the number 1 pick, like the highest percentage, but our dumbasses started winning, bro. It's stupid.
I think Houston will somehow get Wemby.
No, I think the Spurs are going to get him. That's going to be amazing.
I think it'll be Houston or Detroit. I think those 2 teams.
I'm telling you, it's San Antonio, bro.
Yeah, I think it makes so much sense, bro. It's gonna be like Tim Duncan all over again, bro.
I was not gonna lie. I would like it. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like when San Antonio, like whatever, they can kind of get back to relevancy. But I think they're gonna want to put them in a big market. And I think Houston's the biggest market out of the 3 right now. I think Houston actually has pieces to get going.
Oh, that's just net KPG, Sengun. Like that is
Slout was crazy. Bro, you slout all out your mouth, bro.
All right, bro. All right. Cut that from the pod. I'm just saying with Kanye, Sengun, Green, KPG, that just seemed like a fucking AAU team. San Antonio, he will be the number 1 star. He has popped for like a few years. I think he's going to San Antonio.
No, but
Jaden has said.
Also, Detroit. Why the fuck would he want to go to? Why the fuck with the NBA? Detroit is already like last chance you for the NBA. They have like fucking 10. They have like 10 former number 1 picks. Like, please, God, no, he does not need to be on Detroit.
No, Detroit would be nice. Detroit would be nice. I'm not gonna
lie. They're last chance you already, bro. Like now, James Wiseman is like, oh no.
Wait. So, Rudy, you're a Rockets fan.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's this one TikTok I saw that was talking about like someone in the Rockets organization said like their goal at the end of the day is to move majority of their starting players to bench pieces and bring in veterans this offseason. And the name getting tossed around was Jaylen Brown. So if you could get a guy like Jaylen Brown on that team, would you want a backcourt with – so I think Wemby – well, obviously Wemby can play defense, he's tall, but a front court of Wemby and Sengun and a starting 5 with – I don't know if you'd go Jalen Green, Jaylen Brown, and KPJ. But like that team, would you be confident, I guess, tossing a guy like KPJ to the bench? Would you want to go younger? Would you want to build with veterans? Like, how would you want to build out your team if you could this offseason?
The dream, I saw that TikTok too. The dream scenario, bro, is if we do get the number 1 pick, then we're taking Wemby. Then Jalen, if we definitely have the money to bring in Jaylen Brown, bring him in, move Kevin Porter Jr. to the bench. I love him, but move him to the bench. And then I think you go, and people will laugh. You go call James Harden and say, hey, we got Jalen, we got Wemby, we got Jabari, we got Tyrese and Kenyon Martin. We can afford James Harden and Jaylen Brown easily.
It would be interesting. Yeah, that could happen.
And immediately, like, I think you're a playoff team.
No.
Dude, I'm sorry. Like, no. James Harden, I don't know why.
We are getting beside ourselves.
James Harden keeps getting rumored to the Rockets, and there's got to be some sort of
even by
reason
like
to it. It's saying it's been saying so much. There's got to be some sort of reason to it. Like it's definitely not just a rumor. Like there's definitely a thought in his head that he wants to go back to Houston.
He still has ownership. He still has his businesses. He still has ownership in the Houston Dynamo. That's our soccer team.
And they let him do whatever.
Why would he still have that if he didn't have ties to Houston? His home is still here. Like,
yeah. Latif, you keep talking about Jaylen Brown obviously moving around. I would love him on OKC. Like we've talked about that. I think Jaylen Brown, if he keeps getting mistreated and everything, or if Boston fans don't love him, like I think Jaylen Brown would be a great addition to any team, especially young teams like OKC and Houston.
All right, last big deal or no big deal. It's going to actually affect Jaylen Brown. This new NBA, like the National Basketball Players Association and the NBA agreed to a deal last night around like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. They agreed to a new deal. Basically, the biggest parts of this new deal was the in-season tournament, which I'm going to explain later because it's weird. And then it's a 65 game minimum for postseason awards. So that's MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, and All NBA. And how that ties into Jaylen Brown is because you have to play 65 games to get the All NBA, like be eligible, and that ties into contracts. And he's looking for that, super max extension so he can get like all his money. And you have to be like All NBA to earn that. So is that a big deal or not a big deal?
I mean, I'll go first because I was literally thinking about this all night. One, I don't like the 65 game minimum because, like, I get what they're trying to do, but when Kevin Looney is going to win a fucking Defensive Player of the Year because of that shit, I'm going to be pissed. To win the scoring title, it's 58 games. I don't know why they didn't just keep it at 58 because I already know in 2 years there's going to be some controversy. Best player in the league or some guy who definitely should have won MVP played 63 games. And then everybody's like, oh, this shit was stupid. This shit was dumb. This shit was stupid. 58 games is what it is to be eligible to win a scoring title. I don't know why they didn't keep it at 58. That was weird. In a season tournament, that's the way I heard about it is you can explain more. It's not going to add any more games, except if you go to the finals, you play one extra game. So far that doesn't sound as bad as I thought it was going to be. At first, I thought I didn't know how they were going to do it, but they just play the same amount of regular season games. I'm cool with that. And then that was the main thing. So yeah, y'all can take it from there.
Do y'all want me to explain the in-season tournament if I go or y'all just wait?
Yeah, you could explain it quick. I keep hearing about it. I just don't know the exact format.
All right. The in-season tournament could arrive as soon as 2023-2024 season, which is next year. The event will include pool play games baked into regular season schedule starting in November, with 8 teams advancing to a single elimination tournament in December. The Final Four will be held at a neutral site with Las Vegas prominent in the discussion. Each in-season tournament game will count toward regular season standings. The 2 finalists will ultimately play an 8:30 game that will not count in the regular season. Winning players and coaches will earn additional money prizes. That's all. So basically, I don't even know why they did it.
I got a quick question. Quick question. Do you guys think in 20, 30 years, people are going to start talking about this as far as legacy?
No.
Like, talk about, like, whatever, this in-season tournament as whatever. Maybe, I don't know, you get a guy like Dame, and Dame has 0 finals rings, but he's won the in-season tournament, like, twice. Like, are we going to have this in-season tournament as a legacy thing, or it's just literally a way for the NBA to make money?
It depends. My thing is, if they do, it cannot be called the in-season tournament. It has to be something.
Yeah, I think they'll bring up a name
because the way for soccer, where they're trying to make it like soccer, those actually do mean something. Like obviously, soccer, they're originally of the NBA championship. They have the Champions Leagues where they have the best teams in Europe. I think all come. Yeah. That's like the number one. Like Ronaldo has like the most. That's like their NBA championship. But they also have a lot of other things that like all these other tournaments that actually people actually care about. So when
there's like
call it a different name.
Each country has a couple. Each country you have a regular season. You have a regular season champion. You have tournaments within there. So like I get what they're trying to do. But I guess like I don't want people to look in the future and be like, oh, LeBron and MJ had 0 in-season tournaments yet. You know what I mean? Like
I think it matters about effort. I think it matters about effort. If people are actually trying to win this in-season tournament, fuck it. I think maybe it could work. But if nobody gives a shit about it, nobody's going to care. But if people are actually trying, maybe they make the rewards a little bit bigger. Maybe they do something else. Then I say it kind of could mean something. Maybe like the same level as an all-star. Or all-star selection or not.
People don't care about the all-star game. I don't think people are going to care about
that. That's what I'm saying. No, that's what
talking about that. Nobody cares about the all-star game. Everybody cares about the selection.
I think it could be like if you're the best player and you win, like I think like, oh, Lauri Markkanen got 2 All-Stars. It's the same thing as, oh, Lauri Markkanen won an in-season tournament.
What you think, Rudy? Is it important? Because I don't know. I just feel like people. I don't think players are gonna be incentivized to try that hard. I think they're trying to make the regular season more important. But I don't know. This is the way to do it.
I think this is kind of pointless, honestly. Like the NBA is just they do everything that we don't ask them to. Like who the fuck is asking them for an in-season tournament? Like we're asking them to shorten the season up, which we know they're not gonna do for money reasons. We're asking you to make the All-Star game interesting, like he said, make the dunk contest interesting. Like I don't see the point. I don't think any of these players want to play in that game. And this is way different from Champions League because in with soccer, like you can literally transfer a player from England to another team in like Spain. You can't do that really in the NBA. You can sign someone, but it's a lot different. So Champions League is way different. I think the in-season tournament is dumb in my opinion.
Champions League's more important. The Champions League's like the NBA Finals, but it's bigger than that.
Yeah, like there are players that care way more about the Champions League than they do for their country's league.
Yeah. The Champions League, like you're the best.
I think here's my thing. I think because of the fact that is not adding games, I don't think it's that bad because I think what it does do is once we get past January, at post All-Star break, that's where the games actually matter. More people are watching the games. It's a lot more. So I think what they're trying to do is something for people to watch in November and December to actually care about. So I think with this, it's like, oh, he wanted, and he's like, the Final Four, unless he would, especially since it's the same amount of games, it's not doing too much. They're not adding extra games. I don't see it as a bad thing. I think like if the Lakers and Suns were already going to play each other, but now they're playing for an in-season tournament, I think it makes it a little bit more competitive. So I don't think it's that bad of a thing. The way it's looking, if I'm sure what the rules are, they're just adding regular season games and then the last 4 teams play. I think it makes it a little bit more competitive. So I don't see it as, I think it still might be pointless, but I don't think it's doing anything bad for the league.
I don't know. I don't know how much we gotta see it first, obviously. Next year,
that's what I'm saying.
Gotta see it.
I was like, what the fuck? And I still think, speaking of tournaments, I think they need to work around the play-in tournament. This year in a Western Conference, it works fine. It works beautiful. The 7 through 10, they're all close as shit. I think it works fine. But for example, there's no way, say we go back to the Western Conference where it used to be good. There's no way a 50-win team should have to play in for or not 50, let's say 45-win team that's a 7 seed has to fucking play a 10 seed that's fucking 38 and 44. Right now it's working. I think they should do first. I think 8 and 9. I think that should do no matter what. And if 10 is close enough, they should find a game minimum. But there's no way the 7 seed won 45 games and now they got to play against a team that has 38 wins and if fucking Luke Kennard shoots 7 for 9 from the 3-point line, they're in the fucking playoffs.
No, they definitely need to put a game.
I think it works out this year perfectly, beautiful. But I think they need to add you have to be within 3 game type of rule or something.
No, I agree with that because I think last year it was like almost like 13 games last year. It was crazy because the Pelicans made it.
It just takes one fucking white boy to shoot 7 for 9 from the 3-point line, and boom, their team's in the playoffs. Has no business being in the playoffs.
All right. Today we got some announcements. I think Dwayne Wade made the Hall of Fame today. Dirk Nowitzki made the Hall of Fame today. So all these Hall of Fame announcements are starting to come around. And so recently also LaMarcus Aldridge is retired. So it just made me ask a question, made me start thinking who are some of these fringe Hall of Fame players? Some of the players that are going to be in the Hall of Fame in like 5 to 6 years that maybe we can identify. So I got some names here, and I just want y'all to tell me, are these players Hall of Fame or not Hall of Fame? First, we're going to start obviously with LaMarcus Aldridge.
No.
No?
No. I don't even think he's the top 3 trailblazer of all time.
I think what y'all think before I go ahead? What y'all think? Is LaMarcus Aldridge top Hall of Famer?
All right, hold on. All right, y'all can answer. I gotta do some research.
Okay.
I'm
saying
NBA,
yes.
For the NBA, I think to be honest.
It's not hard to get in there.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Sorry, if you want to finish, I didn't want to cut you off.
No, you're good. You're good.
So I am a little bit older than y'all. When y'all think of LaMarcus Aldridge, what do y'all think of? What's the first thing that comes to your head? Portland?
Nick Batum, Brandon Roy, LaMarcus Aldridge, Young Dame.
Okay. Yeah, so he came into the league, 2006 or 7, I want to say?
He got drafted in 2006.
Didn't he get drafted by the Bulls?
Yeah, he got drafted after KD.
And then traded. No, because Odin got picked, then KD. So this is the year before.
Oh, okay.
Year before.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, he was already an impactful player for the Portland Trailblazers in like 2009. And then he was always a good player performer. I don't know. I just feel like he didn't do enough or get far enough. He's an all-star level player, all NBA player, like you were listing off. I just think he's barely not making it.
He made two all NBA second teams, both with the Spurs. Actually, that's kind of surprising. But as far as what's up, I was saying as far as 7-time All-Star, 2-time All NBA second team, 3-time All NBA third team, and it is the Basketball Hall of Fame. So you got to factor in college success. So he's first team All Big 12, Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year, Big 12 All Defensive Team, McDonald's All American. Like he had the college success, he had some pro success. He obviously doesn't have accolade. He doesn't have the rings, the MVP, right? He doesn't have all that stuff. But as far as like, it is pretty easy to get in the NBA Hall of Fame.
In my opinion, I think the NBA has a big decision to make. One, you let him in, or not like him specifically, but you let players of his caliber in because of past. I'm not gonna lie, LaMarcus Aldridge, there's players that he is better than that are in the Hall of Fame. So it does not make sense for him not to be in the Hall of Fame if we're using past success. But I do think they can create a strong point if they want the Hall of Fame to actually mean more. Don't let guys on his caliber in. Yeah, there's players in the past that shouldn't have been, but we can't change that shit now. We can't fucking go take their Hall of Fame thing now. But
you can't move the goalposts. You can't move the goalposts.
You saw what?
You can't move the goalposts. That's unfair.
That's what I'm saying. So it's either they either keep it and you gotta let guys like LaMarcus Aldridge in and Hall of Fame doesn't need too much, or you kind of like, all right, we should make the Hall of Fame a little bit, especially with how skilled players are coming now, bro. There's going to be a lot of guys that have similar careers to LaMarcus Aldridge. A few All-Star games, an All-NBA second team here and there. There's going to be the NBA is getting so skilled. There's niggas who playing basketball since they were 3 years old. So the NBA is going to be getting way more skilled. There's going to be so many guys averaging 20 points per game. So either they stop letting guys in now, so the Hall of Fame just does not become packed and packed, or they let him in and they just like anybody who averages 20 points per game, got a few All-Stars, yeah, you're just coming in.
I think it's literally you draw the line at LaMarcus Aldridge. I don't think he gets in. He was never to me the number one best player on his team.
But there's players that already worked that were worse than him that are already in. So it's like if they don't let LaMarcus Aldridge in, that means I don't have a problem with that. That just means that's the line. You actually have to make maybe like a few All NBAs or I don't know how.
I do think it is close. It is close. I do think it is close.
I think LaMarcus Aldridge is an All-Star. 7-time All NBA. 7-time All-Star, 3-time All NBA, 3-time All NBA second team. Like he definitely has not great accolades, but I think LaMarcus Aldridge is an All-Star. He was a good player for a long time, and that's good enough in basketball. That it really is. That like being an All-Star player.
Start changing that now, though.
Why would you start changing that now? Like 50, like it's been almost like
the NBA is evolving, bro.
It's been 70 years since the All-Star game, since the Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame was created in 1959. It's 2023. We can't change that now, bro.
I'm just saying NBA is evolving, bro. There's going to be so many guys that are going to average 22. They're going to have very similar careers to LaMarcus Aldridge. I can predict it, bro. There's going to think about people are saying that we should make an All-Star. We should have more All-Star selection. How skilled the NBA is now. So it's the same shit with Hall of Fame. Like if they just allow anybody who average 20 points per game, LaMarcus Aldridge is a nigga that you knew because you kind of knew he was tough in 2K. He had a few good years. There's going to be so many niggas like that are coming up. So it's just like, what is that? The NBA lets him in. There's the NBA. The Hall of Fame is going to get packed. It's going to get packed, bro.
Jaden, is LaMarcus Aldridge a Hall of Famer?
Yeah, I think we should go on to the next player.
Next player, I have. Let me look.
Rondo, clear yes.
Is Rondo a Hall of Famer?
Yes.
Really.
Yeah, he's definitely a Hall of Famer. He led the league in assists 3 times. 2-time champion. He was vital on both of those teams. Very clear for me. Yeah. Next, I think we have Jamal Crawford. Is Jamal Crawford a Hall of Famer?
No.
I love Jamal, but he's just got 3 6 Man of the Years, and that's all his Wikipedia page says. He's like
Lou Williams. If Jamal Crawford gets in, Lou Will should be in all of it.
Yeah, I love Jamal, but I don't think he gets in.
Yeah, his accolades are terrible. Like all he did was score, so that's not enough for me.
Yeah.
Go ahead, ask the question. I'm going first, Chief. You already
know. Is Derrick Rose a Hall of Famer?
Yes, Derrick Rose is a Hall of Famer. I feel like we tend to forget the impact that Derrick Rose has had. First off, he's the youngest MVP in NBA history at 22 years old. I think he led that Bulls team to 65 wins. Latif likes to bring up the defensive prowess that the Bulls had. Of course, we had Thibodeau. First off, Thibodeau ruined his career. I wanna say that. So fuck Tibbs. But people like to bring up the defensive prowess. Yes, that was an important part on why they did make it to the first seed. But who was their offensive weapon? Derrick Rose. Like who else was scoring on that team?
Carlos Boozer.
We're meat riding Luol Deng. You're meat riding D Rose. All right, please stop. All right, let me get into my little spiel. So first off, people like to talk about it wasn't his first 3 years. I think it was his sophomore season, and in the 2 years after that, I think his last
I was
last
kind
year.
of rookie year. I was kind of rookie year when I said 4th.
His rookie year was great too. But people really only like to think of that year. First off, nobody's thinking about the 2014-15 season. I think that backcourt with him and Jimmy Butler, that was arguably one of the best backcourts in the league.
No.
And then was it not? Who was a better backcourt than him that year?
That was 10 years ago. I don't remember, but come on, bro.
And then if LeBron James doesn't hit that buzzer beater in the corner, Bulls go to the finals.
He doesn't.
And then
Nigga,
people,
what the fuck type of logic is that? It's like,
what do you mean? We go up 3.
Like what? And he doesn't.
We go up
Finals.
3-1. What do
Wait,
you mean? We go up 3-1.
you said finals?
Yes.
Nigga, you can't use that in a Hall
We're
of
beating
Fame
the Hawks.
argument. If LeBron
That was
Hawks.
second round. How you gonna get them to the finals? What
We're
are we
beating
doing?
the Hawks. Are we not beating the Hawks? We're beating the
No,
Hawks.
you didn't. You
We're
guys
not
didn't
beating
beat
the
LeBron, so it doesn't matter. You didn't beat LeBron, so it doesn't matter.
Anyways,
That's
like
a
I'm saying,
dumbass.
if
That's a dumbass.
if LeBron doesn't make that shot in the corner,
He did make
damn near,
that shot.
we could damn near be NBA champions. People
Oh
tend to
my
look.
god, that's
People tend to
nasty.
over. Bro, listen. People tend to overlook. Bro, can I talk? Bro, can I talk? Thank you. People tend to overlook the New York Knicks year.
Oh my god.
that was actually, no. See, niggas don't watch that shit. First off, the Knicks were bound to make the playoffs, and then
in a Hall of Fame
injuries.
argument is nasty.
Bro, let me talk. The Knicks were bound to make the playoffs that year, and then the whole politics, and then fucking what's his name, nigga with the triangle offense and all
Phil
that bullshit.
Jackson. Phil
And
Jackson.
Nigga with
then
the triangle offense is crazy.
Bro. And then the chairman, that nigga was his ass. Like, then everything fell apart, and then we forget about the revival in Minnesota. Those were 2 great years.
Oh,
and then we're
great?
about Detroit. Like he come on, bro. Like Derrick Rose has been the first few years he was an elite guard. He was elite, and then towards the tail end, he was still a top 20 point guard in my opinion. So I think Derrick Rose.
all right, everybody else.
He has three All Stars. What? 2 All NBAs, I think.
One. He has one.
one All NBA, and then youngest MVP. So he has to make it.
If LaMarcus Aldridge in the NBA in the Hall of Fame, I'll let D Rose be in it.
LaMarcus Aldridge is an All Star. I mean, LaMarcus Aldridge is an MVP.
Rudy, what you think?
I'm just saying. I didn't say anything. I'm just saying if y'all were saying that LaMarcus Aldridge is going to be a Hall of Famer, then D Rose also by that logic has to be a Hall of Famer. So if y'all let LaMarcus Aldridge in the Hall of Fame, I guess D Rose got to be in there too.
I don't agree with that.
Really?
Rudy, what you think?
Rudy, go.
Yeah, Rudy, what you think?
Bro, this one is so tough. I wish I could say like for sure, but we only saw 3 years of his prime, and he did come back from the injuries, and he was like, I think you said he was great in Minnesota. He wasn't. I guess you could say he was great in his role, but he wasn't like anything close to his former self. And it's not fair because of the injuries, but I always go back to this. If T-Mac got in, then Derrick Rose is probably going to get in.
Yeah. Also, you can't just blame and like, bro. There's been very athletic point guards that have got injured and came back. D Rose not the first point guard to get injured, bro.
Nigga, D Rose got injured consecutively. It wasn't just
Russell
one
Westbrook
major
got injured, fucked up his knee. Guess what? Came back and won an MVP. Paul George
consecutively.
Paul George got a terrible injury. Came back and then still provide like.
First off, Paul George
D Rose got injured. Oh, D Rose got injured. Boom. So.
No, first off, Russell Westbrook got injured, had one major injury. Derrick Rose has had like 5. Paul George isn't a generational athlete who depends on his athleticism.
Let me and Max go.
It's different.
I think.
So I was just gonna.
Okay, go ahead.
I was just gonna. The T-Mac thing. I was gonna say T-Mac got 7 All-Stars, 2 first teams, 3 second teams, 2 third teams, 2 scoring champions, and a Most Improved award. And like I get it, he had like a lot of injuries in his career. Obviously, didn't win any championships. He was obviously great on Toronto and Houston, close to Orlando. If they would have got Tim Duncan, they would have been crazy. D Rose got 3 MVPs, 1 first team, a
3 All-Stars, 3 All-Stars,
and the MVP. Yeah, sorry, 3 All-Stars, a first team, rookie of the year, and the MVP. Trust me, MVP, it's right, jumps you a lot. But T-Mac having
he didn't even make all 75, bro. It's crazy.
Who? T-Mac?
T-Mac. He didn't even make all 75.
Yeah, I don't know. I just looking at track records, I personally think that T-Mac is a better player all time than D Rose. You can call me out, Jay, if you want. That's fine. In their prime,
No, I agree.
In their prime, I think D Rose obviously had a better 1 year than T Mac, right? Like at their peak.
No, I think T Mac
Prime
is
T Mac
better
Prime
than
T Mac is
You
better than
think
Derrick
prime
Rose.
T Mac?
Yes.
Prime T Mac. Prime T Mac
T
is
Mac
on
is
the
better
level of Kobe.
All right.
No, it's not. But Prime T Mac is better than Derrick Rose.
Stop.
He's not on the level of Kobe.
Okay, regardless though, I do think
T Mac is like
deserves
6'9".
I'm talking about no, he's not though.
T Mac deserves I think T Mac deserves a Hall of Fame nod a little over D Rose. I was gonna say I think it's sad. I do like D Rose. I do like D Rose. Obviously, like he's a good story. Like you can't really hate the guy at all. But like I do think it's unfortunate. Like when you're looking at his NBA or when you're looking at his Hall of Fame, what's the word I'm looking for? His Hall of Fame track record, whatever, his NBA career. Like you are really looking at 4 years, 3 years. You know what I mean? Like you're
yes
looking
or no,
at,
bro. Yes or no, Max.
No, I don't think he makes it because you don't look at him on the Knicks now. You don't look at him on the Cavs. You don't really look at him on the Timberwolves. Like,
Of course
you look at it. That's what I'm saying. You're taking out how many years of his career? You're taking out 5 years of his career. Like, I get it. Like, he wasn't. When did he when he got traded from the Bulls? Was he injured when he got traded from the Bulls? Because that 2015-16 year we talked about in the group chat, it was not that good.
No. I messed up the years. 2015, 2016, that was like a sad year. Like I knew
we're
Derrick
talking
was
about
gone.
like 2008, 2009 to 2012, 2013. Like that little.
So just fuck 14 and 15. Fuck.
No, sorry.
Fuck that year.
Sorry,
Fuck that year.
I got my ears. Sorry, yeah, that's the year they won the playoffs. So sorry, 09, 08, 09 to 14, 15. Like that is from that little point. Are you a Hall of Famer from that point? I don't think so.
Okay,
just doing what he's doing. Yes.
Let me go. D Rose is not a Hall of Famer because them 3-4 years is not moving me. That one MVP is not moving me. He made what? He made 3 All-Star games, only one All NBA team. After that, it was nothing. His career is he been tossed around like a dirty rag. Like so, nah, bro. Nah, bro. Like nah. Yeah. D Rose not a Hall of Famer.
No. You deserve all the hate that you get on TikTok, and you just meet munch.
Okay,
weird. Tossing around
like
like a dirty rag, bro.
Okay, I mean, he was traded like 3 times, so that's not.
He was not traded like 3 times.
T Mac case is way better than his. He has more All-Star. He has more All-Stars, more longevity. Yeah. Like his prime was way longer. D Rose prime was literally 3 years. Like 4 years is being nice. So
T Mac was still making All-Stars in Houston while he was banged up, hurt, like playing through his knee injuries.
People tend to forget like how generous they were giving All-Stars out at that time. I think AI got an All-Star and he didn't play.
Okay. T Mac was playing. He was playing.
Yeah, that was a bad.
I'm just saying how generous they were giving out All-Stars.
I mean, he still
deserved. You got to take out. AI didn't play.
Derrick Rose get an All-Star?
We're not talking about AI, nigga. We're talking about fucking your weak.
No. Derrick Rose got an All-Star while he was hurt too. He did.
I think All-Stars have been more generous with fan votes. Like Wiggins was a starter last year. You know what I mean? Like with the fan votes and stuff. Like I feel like All-Stars are kind of getting more skewed.
Yeah, Zaza Pachulia was almost an All-Star starter.
See, like that's
y'all been losing. You will go for D Rose to be a Hall of Famer. It's kind of scary, bro. It's kind of scary.
Next player we have Joe Johnson. Is Joe Johnson an All-Star? I mean, Hall of Famer.
Joe Johnson is a Hall of Famer.
He is?
No.
Joe Johnson is a Hall of Famer.
2K Hall of Fame, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say
basketball Hall of Fame.
We talked about this before the podcast. I love Joe Johnson, but yeah, he's not it. I'm sorry. He's top 50 all-time scoring. But that's about it. Like
Joe Johnson not making it for me.
A lot.
Joe Johnson not making it for me.
He just
7-time All-Star. He made All NBA 13 one time. No rings, no championships. I mean, no rings, no MVPs, nothing, bro. No awards.
And guess what? There's going to be a lot of players like that coming up too. Just saying, with the way basketball's going.
Yeah, he played a long ass time. What the fuck?
Rudy, what about you?
Not a Hall of Famer. Skip. Next person.
Go ahead, Rudy. I don't know if I got your answer.
No, he's not a Hall of Famer to me.
Yeah.
To anybody.
Yeah, to really. Next player, I think this might be the second to last player. Andre Iguodala. Is Andre Iguodala a Hall of Famer?
Fuck no.
See
that? No. Hell no.
So Joe Johnson is what?
Let me get in my spiel. No. Please let me lock in. I was waiting for this one. First off, Andre Iguodala has 1 All-Star. Let's review his All-Star season. 12 points, 5 assists, and 6 rebounds. He only got that All-Star. Because of the team's success. I kind of compared that All-Star to Kyle Korver's All-Star when they had like 5 All-Stars that year. What was it, Max? I know you know that for sure.
4.
What?
4.
Yeah, that 4. It was Al Horford, Jeff Teague, Kyle Korver, and it wasn't Josh Smith. Was it Joe Johnson?
Joe Johnson.
Joe Johnson.
Right. Really, the only reason why we're considering him is because of his championships with the Warriors. Fuck it. Patrick McCaw, put that nigga.
That's disrespectful.
Andre Iguodala has the worst Finals MVP. I was fucking around with Teef earlier saying that he put a belt to ass to LeBron, but no, LeBron cooked that nigga respectfully. So the only reason why we're talking about him for being a Hall of Famer is because of a bullshit Finals MVP in 4 championships, which nigga, I could have a ring right now if I played for the fucking Warriors. So no, Andre Iguodala, please get the fuck on. Hell no. And when he was supposed to go to the Nuggets to be a cornerstone, to be their best player, what the fuck did he do? Not shit. But continue.
Yeah,
I have no.
Who want to go? Because I got a lot to say. Go ahead, Rudy.
To me, he's not a Hall of Famer, but I think for NBA standards, he'll probably get in.
Yeah, he's definitely getting in. He has 4 chips. He has a
Does he deserve it though? He's getting in, but does he deserve it?
I don't think he deserves it. They're just gonna look at the 4 championships, 1 Finals MVP, and I think they'll put him in. But I don't think he's. I don't think
he's.
I don't
defense.
think
yeah, he has all defense too. He was a 3-and-D player. Come on, man.
But I think the 1 All-Star is weird. No, does he have no All NBA teams?
No, he does.
I mean, there was a 4-year stretch where he averaged like 18.
No All NBA teams. He's got 2 defensive teams. 1 All-Star.
There was like a 4-year stretch where he averaged like 18 now.
No, it wasn't. That never happened.
It's there. Nigga, 2006 he averaged 18, 2007 he averaged 19, 2008 he averaged 18, 2009 he averaged 17. What are you talking about?
Okay, my bad.
Yeah, 18. I mean,
I thought you said a 4-year stretch.
When he was in Philly, he was actually like they
at the beginning of his career, he was the number 1 option.
18 points for 4 years doesn't move me though. To be, you know
what moves me. You know what moves me, and the reason I'm saying Andre Iguodala is a Hall of Famer. Them 4 championships and 1 Finals MVP. That does it. That's enough. I'm sorry. That does
it's really 3 championships, bro. He didn't do shit last year.
He has a ring. It's on his resume.
That's not how the Hall of Fame works.
But that's what I'm saying. The way you're talking, then is Patrick McCaw a Hall of Famer?
Like, does he have a Finals MVP? Does he have a Finals MVP? No, he does not.
But he didn't do anything.
That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. He actually didn't do anything. Actually, that was a locker room guy, at least. Come on now.
I'm just saying, if the NBA was more critical, like the MLB, like the NFL, you look at it and look at their contributions.
It's not, and that's why I kept asking y'all, should they make it more strict? And y'all like, oh, don't move the goalposts. I think you can compare Andre Iguodala to like Wes Welker or something like that.
You can't move the goalposts.
Or like Julian Edelman.
No. They were actually good receivers.
Yeah,
they were good receivers. No, that
is disgusting.
What you think, Rudy?
Well, I was gonna say I think Iguodala at his best with the Warriors was as impactful as Kevin Love was with the Cleveland Cavaliers, and Kevin Love will be a Hall of Famer because of what he did before he got to Cleveland too. He was a fucking 20-20 guy, damn near.
Exactly.
Like Andre Iguodala never did that. Like the 18 points a game, like you said, it's not moving me at all.
Kevin Love was a first option on those Timberwolves teams. Like he was going great. Kevin Love was insane on those Timberwolves teams. So I agree.
That nigga was wrong.
Last player, Blake Griffin. Is he a Hall of Famer?
Oh, for sure.
He
when we talk about Hall of Fame, we include not just like your professional years, whether that's the NBA or whatever.
He was a god in college.
So we're talking about college. So yeah, he's definitely a.
Not to mention in the NBA, he has 6 NBA All-Stars, 3 All-NBA second teams, and 2 All-NBA third teams in a rookie of the year. So he's definitely all.
Yeah, he was the college player of the year, All-American. Yeah. His college career alone could put him in that. He's
that 1 year in Detroit was crazy too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when
he got All-NBA third team that year.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Last topic of the podcast.
No. Let's talk about the last player you put on there.
Who was it?
J.R. Smith.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, Latif did put J.R. Smith on there.
You nasty nigga, man.
You got a case.
You nasty man.
J.R. Smith gets in for sure.
Wait, does he have 2 chips? That moves me. I'm not gonna lie.
You're right. That movie.
I would love for J.R. Smith to be in the Hall of Fame.
All right, last last topic for real. Kevin Durant, legacy comments. Basically, last week he basically said he doesn't care about his legacy and he just wants to play basketball, go out there, produce, provide for his family. I want to start with Rudy. Are you buying those comments? One. And two, does Kevin Durant need to do something? Does Kevin Durant need to win another championship for his legacy to be cemented in the NBA?
I think his legacy is already cemented. I mean, he's arguably a top 10 player. Like,
no,
like if you
arguably, yes, he is.
If you make a top 10 list just based on how the skill, the talent, to me, he's could be for sure top 8. Like, but when you add in awards and championships and all that, then that's why he gets left on the outside. But when the Warriors won the rings, he was clearly the best player on the floor.
So you don't think he needs to win one because Steph won without him?
I was hoping that didn't happen.
I mean, if you want to make the argument if he's better than Steph, then yeah, I think he could. Then he needs to win one more especially without Steph. But
so you don't think
go second after
I got him over Steph anyway, but that's
no, he's not. No, he's not. He's not over Steph at all. Stop it, bro. That's crazy to say. That's crazy to say.
Kevin Durant is a better player than Steph.
No, he's not. No, he's not. Stephen Curry is better than Kevin Durant. Stephen Curry is definitely better than Kevin Durant. Bro, on offense, who's better? On offense, who's better?
You're dirty.
On offense, who is better?
I think
on defense, who's better?
KD's not better than Steph.
First off, the defensive gap is way bigger than the fucking offensive gap.
That's not true. Because Stephen Curry is not true. Because Stephen Curry is he's a top 5 offensive player ever to play basketball. And I'm talking about as far as
Kevin Durant,
KD's up there.
Bro, you factor in playmaking.
You're nasty.
You factor in playmaking.
KD is not top 5 all time.
I didn't say that. I did not say that.
You said no. You were saying that like he wasn't. You were saying.
I said the gap. I said the gap is not like the defensive gap.
Curry started KD's 5th. So, like what the fuck, nigga?
First off, the gap between their offensive games is not huge at all.
I think it's a gap. I think it's a gap for me. It's a gap because first of all, Stephen Curry's the best shooter ever. He's also a very come on, bro.
Kevin Durant could be considered the best scorer ever.
No, he's not.
I think he is. I think he is.
You're nasty,
bro.
You're nasty. Stephen
Curry is better than him though. Like, and especially when you can like he's done something that KD has never done. Like, what are we doing? He lead.
I do wish that KD got a read for him.
No. He's done something that KD has never done. He led his team to the championship as the best player. Kevin Durant has won it. Kevin Durant has never done that. Kevin Durant has never done it in his career. Even this year, if he wins it, I mean, it holds weight because obviously, he got a D book, but like
CP3 is washed.
Yeah, I'll give this championship credit. His first two championships. Don't move me. It don't move me. You play with Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, Andre Iguodala, and Klay Thompson. It's not moving me at all. You got to
I want to get back into what the topic actually talked about. So, what was the question? Do you think KD cares about his legacy? I think KD does care about his legacy, but I don't know. How can I say this?
Can I go quick?
No, go. I gotta.
So I think my biggest thing I've had a love-hate relationship with Kevin Durant. Obviously being an OKC Thunder fan, right? You go through the trials and tribulations of it. I like whatever. It was sad when he went to Golden State. I love Kevin Durant though. I think he's a great player. I think Kevin Durant at the end of his career will like go down as one of like the most debated, like, where is he? Because his legacy is so dependent on his rings and everything, right? Because that's my thing. He won 2 championships, but like again, it's with some of the greatest teams of all time. So I think Kevin Durant himself, like when anyone ever talks about his legacy, like it's always so highly debated and everything that like it's just gotten to a point where I feel like he doesn't care anymore. You know what I mean?
Stephen Curry's peak is better than Kevin Durant. Wait, hold on. Stephen Curry's peak is better than Kevin Durant. It is.
I agree.
Are you trying to switch the?
Please.
Is this no? Because I just thought about that. I didn't even say that. Like his peak is better than his. Stephen Curry's peak. He won a unanimous MVP.
Why are we?
What are we doing?
Why? Well, first off. Hold on. Why do we keep going back to the Steph thing?
No, because I just thought about it. Like his peak. I think Rudy wanted to say something as well. I think he cut him off. But his peak is better than his. Right. Go ahead.
I do agree that Steph Curry's peak is better, but when you talk about those two players, you have to be very specific to what we're talking about: scoring or better peak, right? I think score, KD's clearly to me a better scorer. He's a 3-level scorer. I don't think Steph Curry's 3-level scorer. Like you can't put Steph Curry in the post, and yeah, it's because he's smaller, but you can put KD in any position on the floor. He's gonna be able to drop 30 easily. And so I mean, it's so hard because so can Steph. I don't know. It's tough. I know like at the most KD could ever be is the second best small forward ever. Steph Curry could be the best point guard in NBA history, and he's damn close to being that already. So I think he's gonna be behind Steph no matter what, even if he wins 2 more rings.
I think what you do on the basketball court matters as far as we talking about all time debates. Let's move. Okay, so obviously you have to include championships, but I want to put that on a lower level. He led his team to the championship as the best player, which we have not seen KD do. You have not seen him do that at all. He's never done that.
He did that with the Warriors.
Yes, he did it with the Warriors twice. He was
Bro,
doing it again.
you know what I mean. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. We're not counting that. Let's not do that. We're not counting that championship.
No, he was the best player on the Warriors. What are you talking about?
He was the best player on the Warriors.
To the Warriors and you're the best player on the team. That says a lot. When you have Steph Curry on your team, to me, that's a lot.
Yeah,
like it wasn't.
I understand that. I understand that. But when I say lead, I'm talking about what Steph did last year when the chips were not stacked.
Didn't look good until they got
the chips were not. Hold on, let me go, Max. The chips were not stacked. Like the actual team, the Celtics had a chance to beat them, and they did not because one player, Stephen Curry, like, bro, like, and then it's not narrative. It's too much narrative based and all time debates. But the move from OKC was disgraceful. This is the snakiest move I've ever seen in my life, and so for me, no, not over stuff.
My thing is like the fact we're having this debate is just like why Kevin Durant I feel like is thinking this way, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like I don't think Kevin Durant can get caught up in his legacy or care about it anymore because no matter what he says or does, people always bring it back to like he went to a free championship with Golden State. Like the fact that we're having this conversation, I feel like it just kind of proves the fact that like no matter what he does, his legacy will always be that either he won one championship like the right way or whatever you want to say. I don't know. Or his only championships are with the best team of all time. So I feel like at this point in time, like he could win 2-3 more championships, and obviously it's going to boost his legacy and stuff. But like as of right now, like when we talk about Kevin Durant, like those Warrior teams always get put in. Like we're not talking about Kevin Durant. I get we're talking about Kevin Durant the score right now, but like when you talk about KD, I do think as a pure talent player, Kevin Durant is easily top 10. I think we talk about that as a player all time. I think you could put Kevin Durant top 10, top 15. I wouldn't. I put him top 15. I wouldn't put him top 10. But like people automatically demote him. That's where we get in this ring debate and what rings are more power, what rings mean more, right? LeBron's 2016 championship versus KD's 2 championships at Golden State.
Not close.
Like we get into this like that's what I'm saying. We get into this ticky-tack thing.
Hold on, I kind of want to get
Kevin Durant just can't care anymore. He's just got a hoop at this point in time. Like he can't worry about legacy because people always discredit him.
Yeah, I really don't think Kevin Durant cares about his legacy. I think Kevin Durant is just a real hooper when it comes down to it at the end of the day. So I think him not caring is going to lead people to not care about him getting another ring and all that extra bullshit. That's all I have to say.
I don't think he cares. I don't think there's no pressure on him to win at all. Like there's pressure on guys like Harden, Chris Paul. There was pressure on Russ when he was still trying to be the best player. But there's no pressure on Kevin Durant. Like obviously he wants to win championships. It's only going to help his case. But I don't think he cares that much. He's going to he asked for a trade because the situation sucks. He still wants to win a championship. That's why he ultimately asked to get traded again after Kyrie abandoned him.
Every player wants to win for sure.
Yeah, so I don't think.
No, see, I was gonna say that even Damian Lillard, I feel like even Bradley Beal, you can make a case. Even Carmelo wanted to win. Like every basketball player wants to win.
Next, anyway,
I don't know, man. I think him himself doesn't feel pressure, but in my eyes, as far as his case of all time, as far as him being a better player, I think what you do on the court matters. And if he doesn't actually like you saying he led a team, I think Draymond was the leader on that team. I think Stephen Curry was a better leader on that team than he was. He was the best player for sure, but I think Stephen Curry actually led him. I think he was the number one reason why they won a championship last year.
Steve, where's KD all time for you? Like just rough
13 or something like that. Okay. But that's gonna wrap it up for the episode, man. Thank you, Rudy, for coming on the podcast today. We're gonna the dive in deep show. We're gonna have the pop channel and the TikTok and all that in the description. Looking forward to maybe doing some stuff over there and working with you in the future. It was very good having you on the show today.
No, I appreciate it. Like what y'all guys are doing.
Thanks, bro.
Y'all are not afraid to yell. I'm yell at each other, bro.
Yeah, we're really passionate, especially when people have agendas over here about Derrick Rose and Russell Westbrook and stuff like that. But
Yeah,
yeah,
and y'all are all like it's
Philly
all on
Heat, right? The
Zoom. So
greatest
like,
player of all time, 24/7.
you said what, Rudy?
I was just gonna say it's all on person, so y'all can yell. Like I have my co-host here with me. Like we could fight if we wanted to. If we start like arguing
No,
like
trust me,
that.
if we ever did in-person podcast, they all getting their ass beat. They know that. They know that.
Nah, we looking to move it to in person when in the summer. We're gonna do it at Jaden House in the basement. I do want to get in touch with you about like what, because I see y'all how y'all like mics and stuff and cameras, like what equipment y'all use, because we could go based on what y'all got, so we can be successful doing that. I know it's gonna take some trial and error, but yeah, we don't even know. We have no experience with that. We need help on like what cameras to get, what microphones to
Oh
get.
yeah. Just ask, bro. I had a background. I went to school for audio engineering, so I had a background in audio, but the video stuff I had to learn all that. And you don't have to spend too much money to invest in
You just
yourself.
had to be specific about that shit.
What?
We're gonna be in person in Jaden's basement.
That was weird as hell. That was
I guess, bro.
Weird.
All right, bro. That's gonna do it for the episode, man. That was episode 21. See y'all later.